Today we're putting two beautiful American Wagyu ribeyes head to head. On one side, we have the classic cast iron, beef tallow, butter basting, and that hard sear everybody loves. On the other side, we've got the air fryer. And the simple question, can an air fryer actually compete with cast iron? By the end of the video, we're going to find out which steak has the better crust, better texture, better flavor, and most importantly, which one my wife actually prefers. And to be honest, this test did not go exactly how I expected. First things first, these steaks are thick, well marbled, and honestly, they deserve to be cooked right away. The first step is the dry brine. I'm keeping it simple here with kosher salt only. No pepper yet, no garlic powder yet, just salt. The goal is to season the steaks deep into the meat and help to dry out the surface so we can build a better crust later. I'm going to salt all sides of these ribeyes and let them sit uncovered in the fridge for 24 hours. After 24 hours, these steaks are ready. You can really see the surface has dried out a bit, which is exactly what we want. Now we're going in with black pepper and garlic powder. And listen, these are thick steaks. They need seasoning. Don't just season the top and call it a day. Get the sides, get the edges, and make sure every bite has flavor. The dry brine gave us that deep salt seasoning, and now the pepper and the garlic powder are going to build that steakhouse flavor on the outside. Nothing too complicated, just simple seasoning done the right way. Now for the cooking method. I'm going with a reverse sear because these ribeyes are so thick. If I went straight into a hot pan or straight into the air fryer from raw, there's a good chance the outside would be done way before the inside came up to temperature. So we're going low and slow first. I'm preheating both the oven and the air fryer to 275 degrees. The idea is to slowly bring the internal temperature of each steak up before we finish them hot and fast. This should help us get more even cooking from edge to edge. At least that's the plan. And you already know with steak, a few degrees can change everything. Once the steaks come up to temperature, I pull them out and get them ready for the final sear. Now, one thing that's really important here is getting the surface as dry as possible before the high heat finish. Moisture is the enemy of a crust. A wet steak steams, a dry steak sears. So even though I didn't get a great shot of it on camera, I did give these a quick pat dry before finishing. Now, the air fryer steak is going back in at 450 degrees with a little avocado oil. And for the cast iron steak, we're heating up the skillet with Wagyu beef tallow. This is where the battle really starts. For the air fryer steak, I'm spraying the outside with avocado oil and putting it back in at 450 degrees. The goal here is to see if the high circulating heat can create a real crust, not just a cooked outside. A real crust, that's the biggest question with air fryer steak. Can it brown? Can it crisp? Can it give us anything close to that steakhouse sear? Now, the air fryer is convenient. There's no smoke filling up the kitchen, no skillet to manage, no butter splattering everywhere. But convenience can only matter if the steak delivers. Now for the cast iron steak. I've got the skillet heated up and I added Wagyu beef tallow. Once that pan is hot, the steak goes in. This is what cast iron does. Immediate contact, high fat, that sizzle. That's how you build a crust. Once that sear gets going, I'm adding butter and basting that steak. The butter picks up all that flavor from the pan and coats the outside of the steak. This is the part where cast iron has a serious advantage. You can control the contact, control the base, and build the crust exactly how you want it. But again, the question is not just which method looks better. The question is which one actually tastes better. Once both steaks are done, they're going on the cutting board to rest. Now is the time for the moment of truth. We slice into the air fryer steak first. Houston, we have a problem.
Say again, please. Houston, we have a problem.
The air fryer steak is overcooked. Not ruined, but definitely past where I wanted it. Then we slice into the cast iron skillet. It's better, but still more medium than medium rare.
So I brought a special guest with me today, y'all. My wife is going to be helping me with this particular challenge. Wanted to see if I could make an air fryer steak taste just as good as one that I put in the cast iron skillet. And so which one do you think is the air fryer steak?
Okay, so when I saw them immediately, I could tell like right off the bat.
Okay.
And that's just because the air fryer cooks differently.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it dries out the edges of the steak. So I definitely think it is this one.
Okay. And
this is the cast iron skillet.
You're correct. Also, because I couldn't control the temperature, unfortunately I did overcook the air fryer steak. But it all comes down to the taste. It sucks because these are beautiful ribeyes.
And I could absolutely tell that this was the air fryer steak before they were even cut. Like,
gotcha.
I knew immediately that it was this one.
I mean, hey, it is
so
what it is.
You didn't fool me. Sorry.
I didn't fool you?
No,
all right, fair enough.
This time. Sorry.
But we're going to eat these and enjoy them. Probably pair it up with a salad. But tell me, what do you guys think? Do you think you can cook an air fryer steak just as good as you can pan-seared or on the grill? So, as I always say, on to the next one.
Bye. So I took a middle piece from the pan-fried steak.
Okay, that works. Sure, I should have said. Look.
That's good, yeah.
Roll it. How about this one? It's a little more dried out, unfortunately. But it's really juicy. And it actually tastes really good.
It is so juicy, and the edges have like a nice crust on them.
For an air fryer steak, I mean, I think you could do it.
Mm-hmm. And I think if you
I would have to
cut this up and put it on a salad,
it'd be delicious.
Use it for like your breakfast taco in the morning, or something like that. I think it's good. I think it tastes good.
I would definitely cook this in the air fryer again, but
I would use like your most expensive steak.
And I would cook it at a lower temperature.
Yeah.
I would do it at 400 degrees instead of 450.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I would do.
It does have a crust, which I know Google would be proud.
Mm-hmm.
And the flavor is spot on.
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would do it.
It's just not like a steakhouse.
No, it's not like what I normally make.
Yeah.
But
it's good.
It's good, yep. Also, trying to cook two different steaks at the same time, y'all, that's hard, okay? Like, seriously, I was going back and forth like a crazy person.
They are both nice and hot now.
Yeah, they're really hot.
I had to cook them right at the same time.
I literally cooked them at the same time, I'm telling you. So they're that's why you see the doneness. Normally, there's a perfect medium rare.
Yeah.
She likes her steaks medium.
A little bit more than medium rare, but
that's definitely over.
This is a little over for me, but it's good. I'm not going to say it's not good.
And we're still going to eat all of this. Just letting y'all know. But
like I said, we'll use it for our salads, for our eggs in the morning. I mean,
exactly. And again, on to the next one.